Okay guys, I wanted to start a new video series today. In my last garage sale video, I showed you guys this old axe I picked up. It's got the wrong handle in it and stuff, and it's barely in there, and it was a cheap axe. I paid $3 for it, but it's got a pretty heavy handle on it, so I decided we're going to make it into a bushcraft / woodcraft type of axe. But we're going to do something a little different with it. I'm going to take this handle off, obviously, and I'm going to replace it with a handle that's a little bit longer, so we can make it a little more versatile and turn it into a little bit of a chopping type thing, but type of axe. But I just want to set it up so that I have more options with it when I'm out in the woods. So it'll be geared more towards more versatility, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to knock this head out of this old handle and probably soak the head in vinegar and clean it up a little bit, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do for a handle. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, so for knocking this handle out, I'm just going to clamp it into my vise here, like so. Try to get the cord out of the way, which I probably should have moved earlier, but that's okay. I'm just going to clamp it into the vise here pretty tight, and that should be good. And I got a hammer here, and I got an old punch. I'm just going to put the punch in backwards on top of this wooden handle and just give it a couple taps. And yeah, it's pretty loose, and knock the handle out. So next thing we're going to do is get it out of here, and we're going to set this thing up in a vinegar bath, and we'll do that next. Okay guys, so since I got the head off the handle now, this head's really not that bad a shape. It's actually a pretty good head. It's nice and straight across here. It's got a little divot in it, but we can straighten that out, no big deal. It's a briar edge. It's made by Briar Edge Service Tools, and I'm not sure what the weight is on this. I'll have to weigh it or find a pair of scales and try to get it weighed. I don't really have a pair of scales to do that, but anyways, I got another axe that I'm going to do, so we're going to go ahead and give it a little bath of vinegar anyways, since I'm going to be using vinegar on the next axe project anyway. So I'm going to take this tray, and put my axe head in and just fill it up with vinegar just till it barely covers the axe, and then we're going to set it aside. So that's where we're at with the axe. Once I get done with that, I will pull it out of the vinegar on camera and show you guys how it turned out. So I'll be back with you guys in a bit. Okay guys, I'm back. I know we were working on this small axe for a while, and the last thing we did was we soaked it in vinegar. Well, it's been a day or so now, and I picked up a handle for it, and you know what, I'm not even sure what the length of the handle is. You know what, let me measure it right now. It is a 18-inch handle. So we're going to put an 18-inch handle on this axe. And if you remember right, I said that this was going to be the second part to our. This is going to be the second axe to our long-term survival kit. And what this is going to be is our utility axe as far as carving and doing some light chopping, and you could chop up your kindling with it. You could do feather sticks with it. This is just going to be a real small utility type axe with a bigger handle on it, so that it's got a little more versatility. You could do a little bit of chopping with it if you had to chop down a small tree. If you were going to make a bow, this would be the axe that you'd probably use. If you remember right, if I remember right, I think I paid $3 for this axe. I paid $5 for the handle. So this is going to end up being an $8 axe. So let me go ahead and get that head out and out of the vinegar, and we'll scrub it up and see what it looks like. Okay guys, I'm back. We got this axe here. Last time we were working on this project, we put this axe in this tub of vinegar. Well, it's time to take it out and see what we got. So let me zoom in a little bit if I can, and we'll see what we got going on here. Okay, so I took it out here, and we're gonna scrub this thing up a little bit and see how it looks. And actually it looks pretty good. I think all the rust is pretty much coming off this thing. At least as much of the rust as we need to come off of. If it doesn't all come off, we can always put it back in the vinegar for another few hours, but it's not doing too bad. Okay, let me scrub this thing up a little bit, and I'll show you what it looks like all scrubbed up. Okay guys, so we got this old axe. It's all cleaned up. A little bit of paint on it, but no big deal. The name came out real nice. Briar Edge Service Tools. It needs a good sanding a little bit just to shine it back up. That vinegar puts that weird finish on it. But so that'll probably be the next thing we do. We're going to shine this thing up a little bit, make it user friendly, and then we're going to end up putting this here handle on it, and we're going to try to seat that handle down all the way till it's on there pretty good. And we'll give it a coat of linseed oil. We'll sharpen this thing up good, and we'll have ourselves a good axe for carving and all kinds of other small utility projects. So let me go ahead and start cleaning. We'll start shining up that head a little bit, and I'll get back to you. Okay guys, so we're back on the smaller axe project, and all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this. I got, I don't know, 3-4 different grits of sandpaper here, and I'm just going to progressively sand it lower until I get it to a lower and lower grit, or finer grit I should say. And I'm going to do that, and we'll take a look at it and see what it looks like when it's all done. Okay guys, so I'm back. So I got it all nice and cleaned up, and you can read the name and stuff all nice, and it's nice on here and stuff. There was no burrs on it, so I didn't have to hit it with the grinder and take any burrs off or anything like that. Everything is pretty well rounded off and looks kind of nice. This edge right down along the bottom of the axe has a 90-degree edge on it. We're going to leave that because that'll be good for striking a ferro rod or whatever. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm just going to give this a light coat of oil, and we're going to just store it away for a bit until we can get that handle reworked, and that'll be the next thing, is fitting the handle to this. So I will be right back with you. Okay guys, so now I got the handle here, and basically I'm just setting it up to the edge of the head, and I'm just kind of eyeballing to see where I want to take some of the material off, just to get it started onto the top of here. And you just got to kind of play with it a little bit and work just a little bit off at a time until you get it to where you want it. And I will go ahead and start doing that, and we'll get this thing kind of set a little bit, and once I get it to where it's started on here a little bit, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so now I got it almost all the way fitted on here. It's not quite square with the head. I need to take just a little bit of material off the back of here to square it up just a little bit, and it's down within about a 1/4 inch of the top. So basically all I'm going to do is take just a little bit off the back of here, give this thing a kind of a heavy sanding and then a light sanding, and then probably fit this head right on. And I'm going to try to shoot for getting it on as tight as I can, and then when it's all said and done and it's cut off, I want to have about an 1/8 inch sticking out of the top of here. So that's kind of what we're shooting for. And I will take this head off, do a little bit more whittling on the handle, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's on.